Secretary of the Association of Oncologists of Northeast India, representing a collective dedication to relentless pursuit of advancing cancer care in our region. Our annual conference is not just a gathering, it is a testament to our commitment to combating one of the most challenging health issues of our time. So one more important thing that we have highlighted now, we have become a strong family. We are 167 members, but this year we have been able to get 21 members, new members. Here I would like to specially take one name, Dr. Sandeep Taparia, who has been relentlessly pushing for the people to get enrolled into the AONEI program. So from this podium also request all members who wants to be associated with this AONEI so that we can take this because we know that new blood is the one who will push the old ones. That is the concept that I always believe. So if we have new member joining here, I think that organization or association would go a long way. Next slide.
Cancer in its many forms continues to pose one of the greatest challenges to humanity. It touches the lives of millions, transcending borders and affecting individuals, families, and community worldwide. But in this room, we find a community that refuses to be daunted by the enormity of these challenges. Let us strive for a world where every patient receives personalized and targeted therapies, where early detection is routine, and where the word cure becomes an everyday reality.
Ladies and gentlemen, this deserves a big round of applause.
We are now confident that the Northeast is gradually and steadily acquiring capacities to handle this. And I am a layman. My concern essentially is a person who looks after the Department of Health and Family Welfare is to request that members of this community leverage the full benefits of the knowledge and technology that is emerging in this sector across the globe to adopt a more holistic approach and go beyond treatment into trying and understanding the reasons why these things happen. I am sure that unlike some diseases like polio, TB, I do not think that we can eradicate cancer. But we can definitely work together to mitigate the devastating impact that cancer has on lives, on communities, on families. And perhaps we can also adopt proactive measures so that steps can be taken for a more broader coverage of the population to screen them, to take steps that will, reduce the effect that it can have if left unattended. And a lot of people actually come to find out about it only at the final stages. And I'm also very interested and happy to see that the Indian Council of Medical Research is presently undertaking a study about the diet and food habits of people of Nagaland. I think there lies the real secret behind why we are having so many cases per average population in this country. And I think a lot of it has to do with lack of awareness. They are not really complicated steps to be taken.
Honorable MLA Kohima Town 9th AC, Shri Dr. Silhudyo.
In midst among us is a surgeon, a AONEI member, Dr. Ravi Kannan, Padma Shri and Raman Magsaysay Awardee 2023.
Far more valuable than any recognition that comes from outside. So thank you very much. As Jadu put it, we all have a common goal. We want to bring about change in the community, in the region here. We want to make sure that the incidence of cancer reduces, that we are able to pick up more cancers early, that we are able to change the 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 dismal picture that statistics show of outcomes of cancer in the region. And together, the AONEI, from the time Dr. Chida Boyan started, has grown from strength to strength. And so we have far more members today, far more active young members today than we had in the past many years. That in a place like Kohima we'll have so many people participating is a testimony to the strength of the organization. And I think together we can bring about change. All of us have the potential to be change makers. Let us join hands and do it. Thank you.
Tom. Traditional Assamese Gamucha. Can I request Bob?
Cancer is such a disease. As I say, right from the opening of a syringe by a technician, by a pathologist, the process of diagnosis and treatment starts. So it involves everyone. Unlike the other diseases, where most of the time only the surgeon is glorified. But cancer is such a disease where everyone can be glorified when we give a proper treatment. So another request to the seniors and the HODs of different institutes, whenever you write a paper in journals, maybe national, maybe international, it will be good if you can include, apart from your surgical team, if you can include the names of the onco-physician, onco-pathologist, because many a times we see articles, only the names of the surgeons. We forget the radiologist, we forget the pathologist. It's just, as a medical person, I'm just giving a suggestion that everyone should be counted. Unlike the saying, till the lions learn how to read and write, only the hunter is glorified. Unlike that, let us include everyone when we have to clarify some cases, or instead of clarifying ourselves. So cancer is such a problem, not only to the patient, not only to the patient party, but even the medical personals, which involves all the sectors. So it's just a suggestion, when you read such paper, please include everyone.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great privilege and honor for me to introduce the AONEI 2024 orator, Professor and Dr. C.S. Pramesh. He is the director of the Tata Memorial Hospital and a professor and head of thoracic surgery at the Tata Memorial Center, Mumbai. He serves on the UICC Board of Directors. He is the convener for the National Cancer Grid, a large network of 310 cancer centers in India. The mandate of the National Cancer Grid is to provide uniform standards of cancer care across the country. Professor C.S. Parmesh is highly committed to efforts towards reducing inequities in cancer care and making cancer treatment accessible to all geographical regions and strata of society. He is also a visiting professor at the Division of Cancer Studies, King's College London, and the Institute of Cancer Policy, King's Health Partners London. He serves on the advisory boards of several national and international research organizations and granting agencies, including ASCO, ESMO, and the UICC. His research interests include health services research, value-based care, addressing barriers to access, and cancer policy. It is indeed a privilege for me to invite the AONEI 2024 orator, Dr. C.S. Parmesh, to present his oration, Reducing Disparities in Cancer Care.
I think this is probably the most important slide that I have for this particular talk. What can we, as the National Cancer Grid, and physicians involved in treating cancer, policymakers, and bureaucrats within the government of India in the northeastern region do together? I think there's clearly a case for increased participation of the Northeast in the NCG activities. The AONEI could well become an organizational member of the National Cancer Grid, and I would earnestly urge the leadership of AONEI to consider this during your general body meeting. We already have several organizations, including the Indian Society of Oncology, the ISMPO, the Association of Surgeons of India, the Indian Association of Surgical Oncology, already being members of the Cancer Grid, and we would welcome AONEI to become an additional member of the National Cancer Grid. Finally, I want to propose, and for your consideration, the creation of the Northeastern Regional Chapter of the National Cancer Grid. And a very legitimate question that might arise in many of our minds would be, what would the Northeastern Regional Chapter do over and beyond what the national NCG does? I truly believe that it could add value by having closer integration within the region. You are an extremely well-knit, closely related group, and I would be surprised if this group did not work well. It would help drive newer initiatives which are relevant to the region, which might get diluted in the national agenda of the National Cancer Grid. It could also promote more active, direct involvement in the NCG activities. And finally, and very importantly, it offers training opportunities. And I can commit today, in the midst of the AONEI leadership and the membership, that the NCG would be very happy to fund traveling fellowships of a finite number of individuals who are either early, mid, or even senior career oncologists and researchers in the northeastern India, fully funded for short-term fellowships in various other cancer centers in India, provided there was a justification for doing so.
On behalf of the AONEI, Association of Oncologists of Northeast India, I take the privilege to read out the AONEI Oration 2024. The 19th Association of Oncologists of Northeast India Oration is hereby awarded to Professor Dr. C.S. Parmesh, an academician par excellence, whose progressive research is grounded in empathy and social justice. Professor C.S. Parmesh has consistently pursued diverse trajectories of research, elevating the scope of cancer research globally, while making also visible neglected and marginal areas and populations. In research, professional conduct, and mentoring, Professor Parmesh continues to inspire peers and pupils to raise standards and broaden horizons. This citation is awarded to Professor Dr. C.S. Parmesh, Director, Tata Memorial Hospital, Professor and Head of Thoracic Surgery, Tata Memorial Center, Mumbai, on the second day of February 2024 at Kohima, Nagaland, following his oration on reducing disparities in cancer care during the 19th annual conference of the AONEI, organized by AONEI Nagaland, duly signed by Dr. Jadunath Burgohain, AONEI President, Dr. Abhijit Talukdar, AONEI Secretary, and Dr. Kejovinyo Kedichuru, Organizing Secretary. Sir, we take the privilege to present you this citation